Today I want to talk about one of my favorite health tools that's been a total game changer for me and our Zivli members, continuous glucose monitors, or CGMs. In this video, we'll talk about what they are, when to use them, my favorite one, what numbers I pay most attention to, and a few things to look out for if you're new to using them. Whether you're managing diabetes, working on weight loss, or just trying to optimize your health like I am, a CGM can give you incredible insights. So what exactly is a CGM? It's a tiny device that you wear on your body, typically on your stomach or arm, that continuously tracks your blood sugar levels 24/7. And the best part is that it sends the data straight to an app on your phone. This means no more finger pricks, and you get to see how your glucose changes throughout the day, not just in a snapshot moment. Now, why even use a CGM, you may ask? Often the effects of our lifestyle choices don't show up in real time. For example, type 2 diabetes takes decades to develop. CGMs bring those effects into the present moment so that you can course correct your choices in real time. When you can see how your blood sugar responds to different meals, stress, exercise, or sleep variations, you can make immediate changes. And trust me, stable blood sugar means better fat burning, more energy, and fewer cravings. It's like having a secret weapon for managing your health. I started using my Freestyle Libre 3 because I wanted more control over my blood sugar, and it's been very eye-opening. It's small, easy to wear, painless, and gives me real-time data on how my body reacts to my diet and exercise. When you see that spike from eating refined carbs, you're going to want to eat less refined carbs. I've personally seen how it helps me stay on track with my goals. I've been able to avoid those mid-afternoon crashes, reduce cravings, and feel more energized throughout the day. So how do you get your hands on one? Well, if you have diabetes or sometimes pre-diabetes, most insurance plans will cover a CGM with a prescription from your doctor. But even if you don't, you can still get one. At the time of this recording, one over-the-counter option you can get without a prescription is the Dexcom Stelo, but I have a feeling that more will be on the market soon. There are also companies like Levels Health and Nutrisense that offer CGMs plus some support to educate you and help you learn how to interpret your data. They typically follow a subscription-based model that bundles the CGM sensors with app access and coaching, with a monthly cost ranging from $200 to $300. If that just gave you sticker shock, don't worry, because I'm going to share in a moment how I get a CGM for $40 a month without insurance. Although the cost for an out-of-pocket CGM isn't zero, it's an incredible investment in your health and your future. Now, there's a lot of different brands of continuous glucose monitors. Personally, I prefer the Freestyle Libre 3 at this point in time, straight from the company, no middleman like Nutrisense or Levels Health, and that's because I know how to interpret and understand the data. Getting the sensor alone saves me a lot of money versus doing a subscription-based plan like Levels or Nutrisense, although I have nothing against those companies. If you want to learn more about how to better manage your blood sugars so that you can understand your data, get on the waitlist for our Zivli Diabetes Prevention and Reversal Program. There's a link in the description. To get my CGM, I asked my doctor for a prescription, and thankfully she's happy to write that for me. And I have the pharmacy use one of their discount cards, and I get mine for about $20 per sensor or $40 per month without any insurance. This is all out of pocket. One downside to the Freestyle Libre app is that it doesn't allow you to scroll through your day to view your numbers like some of the other apps do. You can only see what your glucose is at that moment in time. But there is a nice workaround for this, and that's to download the Libre LinkUp app. And on the Libre LinkUp app, you can share your data with yourself and be able to scroll throughout your day to see how your choices impact your glucose readings. This is really easy to do, and you do not need to be tech savvy to link up these two apps. I've linked an instructional video on how to do this in the description for this video. If you have a CGM or are now seriously considering one, you may be wondering, well, what numbers should I pay attention to? Because for some people, all of that data can be very overwhelming. We follow Levels Health recommendations for these numbers, which are much tighter than what the American Diabetes Association recommends. One of the most important things to track is your post-meal glucose rise. Ideally, after a meal, you want your blood sugar to rise no more than 30 milligrams per deciliter. So if your glucose was 90 before the meal, you'd want it to be no higher than 120 after the meal. That's a key indicator of how well your body is managing glucose and how optimized your diet is. It's also helpful to aim for a post-meal glucose level that stays under 110 to 115 milligrams per deciliter. And I can tell you from my personal experience, it takes a pretty low carbohydrate diet to keep your glucose under 110 to 115 at all times. If I have more than 30 grams of net carbs per meal, I have to take a walk after eating to keep my glucose in that optimal range. Remember that CGMs have a small margin of error too, so instead of obsessing over what the number is, you're better off just dialing in your nutrition to keep that post-meal glucose response less than 30. Other important times to check your glucose may include before or after exercise, during stressful situations, before bed, and when you experience symptoms of high or low blood sugar. I would suggest watching this video next about 5 things I learned from wearing a CGM, where I talk more about the margin for error and how to get around annoying middle-of-the-night alarms from low glucose levels. It's important to regularly review your data to identify patterns related to your diet, exercise, and overall lifestyle. Whether you're managing diabetes or simply aiming to elevate your health, a CGM can be a fantastic tool during your journey. I encourage you to explore how one can work for you. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you found this information valuable, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more health tips on how to lower insulin resistance and prevent and reverse type 2 diabetes.